Pisces. Thank you guys so much for coming to the channel. My name is Luciani. I'll be giving you your spiritual advice for this week of January 14th. If you like the channel, please subscribe and also give it a thumbs up. And let's just get right into it, guys. Okay, so these are your spirit guides for the week of January 14th. Spirit guides, ancestors, universe, multiverse. What are Pisces, my beautiful Pisces messages for the week of January 14th? What are their beautiful messages spiritually for the week of January 14th, 2019? All right, so beautiful energy I see here because you are presented with a new cycle. For this week, Pisces, you guys are presented with this new cycle, this new beginning. You've learned what you needed to learn from a cycle that's ending, and now you're in like this new cycle state with this, excuse me, with this Knight of Swords in the reverse here. There's some sort of perplexity that could be going on here. Um, for others of you guys with this Knight of Swords here is some sort of incapacity. Somebody's bragging maybe too much, but for the most part, some sort of incapacity that I see because with the with the Nine of Wands here, again, there's some sort of strength that you need to have. Um, there's some sort of opposition, or someone has to really defend themselves. Maybe you're in like this defense mode to create this new beginning for yourself because there's some sort of incapacity that's going on here. Somebody's incapable of maybe defending their honor or defending themselves. For others of you guys, this could possibly just be you're preparing yourself um, for anything that can possibly occur. But with the Six of Wands here, crowning your reading, it is some sort of, I would say, victory after strife, right? Something that you feel like you were incapable of doing, whether it's like gaining your strength. Um, I see Wands energy here, so you guys could be talking to a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or this is just the energy that you are like really tapping into, where you're like, I need to really prepare myself because I might feel incapable of this new beginning that's being embarked in my life. And actually, you are totally capable, Pisces, because you have this grand old victory um, when you properly prepare yourself, strengthening yourself. I feel like I had this reading very similar with you guys a couple of weeks ago, which is really cool how some messages come back out because you're feeling like you have to go deep within your subconscious mind to be inspired. Some of you guys are feeling very, very inspired at this time. Um, Others of you guys, you're just delving right into that transitional, transformational subconscious that we do have here with this with this Knight of Wands here in reverse. Would pretty much be what is an accomplishment here is that yes, you do have this victory after like this strife that you guys went through to create this new beginning. For some of you guys, it's like some kind of end of a passionate relationship because you just really feel like they were incapable of loving you and you needed the new beginning and you're feeling inspired to do so. For others of you guys, this is just a general reading, but you guys are feeling like there's some sort of frustration in a marriage or some sort of interruption or division that you feel like you have to prepare yourself and strengthening yourself from them because they feel like not an enemy per se, but someone who's just very opposed to you, or you feel like you really can't create this harmonious energy with this person that leaves you in like I really cannot, I'm not capable, or they're not capable of harnessing like this together type of energy. And it seems like you win and you have some sort of victory after strife because you're now inspired, some sort of level of deep analysis that you go into to make a decision, right, with two there, some sort of fork in the road or decision, and you choose a new road. You choose a new road to start your whole, like, with the Wheel of Fortune era, you really do choose a new road. So with the Seven of Cups here, there's many decisions here. You might be reflecting on some very fantasy like, or um, some of you guys have many ideas, many decisions to make. You have many options here. Others of you guys, this is someone who's just stuck in their head fantasy, very fantasy, not seeing some of the realities of situations. And the reality you might not see because we're stuck in some of our fantasy lands. Sometimes we have fantasies about people, our expectations, borderline daydreaming about somebody who we want them to be, but the reality is that it's possibly not what we think it is. And I think you start to come into this realization about it with the Emperor, with the High Priestess in your feeling sector. You're starting to realize, like, wow, man, I really feel like I can't really trust this person, or this job, or this passion of mine. Whatever that passion that you feel like you have, you're feeling like it's it is not really serving your highest and greatest good. For some of you guys, you're just feeling like there's a lot of discord and a lot of interruptions and frustrations with it. Some of you guys are feeling really frustrated of creating a new cycle because you're feeling dependent on your old cycle. And you're like maybe feeling like there's so many different options that you can take, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like with this with this Page of Swords here as your spirit advice, um, with the Page of Swords basically here is kind of like, it's kind of like someone who's like really scrutinized, um, someone who's like spying on you. Somebody might be spying on you right now. Mm, wow. Who is spying on Pisces? Or you guys might be spying on somebody else. But for the most part, it seems like someone is just very vigilant, very wise, someone who knows their power within their words, since this is swords energies, power within our words and how they can be either scrutinized or they could be in this very vigilant type of energy. Sometimes some of you guys are going into like, what's the word I'm looking for, like vigilantes, someone who really wants to like do good for the community, but do it how they choose to do it, not how society chooses to do it. I see. Um, and you might just be feeling like, oh, is that the path I should go into? Um, Others of you, again, I'm just seeing someone who might be spying on you. I'm looking at this in so many different ways. For others of you guys, this could just possibly be some sort of incapacity, someone that you feel like you can't really escape from. Um, Others of you, let's say this is someone who's really quick thinking, a protector, clever, or some of you guys are really desiring to improve your life. Okay. So whatever, message that comes out for you, just know that you are very clever, you're very striving, you're a guardian, you're a protector, okay? Or this is something that you need with this nine of swords, I mean with this nine of wands here, with trying to prepare and strengthen yourself against any like situation that causes frustrations and delays. If this is even in the marriage, you guys can strengthen the relationships, because if you feel like you guys are incapable to protect each other, or incapable of seeing things or improve you guys' relationship, your marriage, then maybe there is time to have a new beginning. But you guys are feeling very dependent of them, even though you don't even trust them. Some of you guys don't trust your partner. Some of you don't trust the process. Some of you guys aren't seeing, you're very suspicious of what's going on. Um, with the Six of Swords here, it's just kind of like time to kind of take a rest, or taking like a journey away from somebody, maybe changing your locations. For some of you guys, you might just be moving away from a situation that's, like I said, that's no longer serving you. You're feeling like you just have to move to another place and just go into experiencing your life. Some of you guys are going into like this very beautiful, and you might be feeling inspired to just really experience your life in a way that's going to create new beginnings for you. But at the end of the reading, it's just like you're just like, oh, I'm dependent on this, on what I am. It's like stuck in the air, like where you're just really mistrustful of someone who can't give you that protection that you desire. Um, hmm, that was very similar to Aquarius's. With this Ace of Air here in the reverse, which essentially is this the Ace of Swords in traditional tarot, someone is just too domineering. Someone is just too they're just using too much of their powers, and they're just like a tyrant. They're a disaster. I don't mean to say it in that complex way, because you're just feeling like all of the efforts with the seven of earth here in the reverse, you're just feeling like all of these efforts that I put into this relationship, into this situation, into a business project, and my career, whatever the case is for you guys, into a family matter that I'm looking to heal, no matter how much efforts I'm putting into it, it's just causing you displeasement. You're looking at like all of this time or efforts that you put into a situation, and it's leaving you like, wow, I really didn't get what I really deserve out of this. Because someone who's really selfish and egotistical, someone who's very, they're using their abuse of power over you, Pisces, and you're feeling really dependent on them, and you don't even trust them, and you're not feeling like you really feel protected. And I think Spirit Advice is saying, really protect yourself. Use your wise cleverness to protect yourself. Really protect yourself. I'm saying protect yourself because of somebody's incapacities to really um, give you this new beginning. And this new beginning just could be possibly like leaving frustrations and disharmony and all of these things behind. But there is some sort of victory here. There's definitely a victory here for you. It just seems like you might have to just leave something behind for this new beginning. I see this type of message in so many readings recently. A lot of us, I think, in all, have to leave something really hard behind that we depend on to have this new beginning coming out. I think that's literally the overall energy for life right now. You know, we have to like leave things that are no longer serving our highest and greatest goods because of spats and battles and just not being able to come together as a one unit, um, because of the fact that we're dependent on them, and at the same time we don't even trust them. With this Nine of Cups here in the reverse, somebody who's just like really dishonest, someone who's just dishonest and you know it, someone who can't really offer you the love that you're really looking for, someone who's trickery, fraudulent, they got a lot of things up their sleeve. You know, they're very subtle in their fraud and their trickery ways. That's really like their abuse of power, and they're very selfish and stubborn and egotistical. And you're just like, I'm putting all this energy into the situation for what? You know what I mean? So Pisces, protect yourselves. My lovely, lovely Pisces, protect yourself. I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much for coming to this channel. I really appreciate you guys even taking the time to like see my readings. This means the world to me. And I'll talk to y'all next week. All right. Bye.